There are 4 different sentence types that we're going to focus on this year. The first one is a simple sentence. The second one is a compound sentence. The third one is a complex sentence. And the fourth one is a complex compound sentence. Today we're going to be looking at simple and compound sentences. The first one, a simple sentence, is, as it suggests, simple. It has a subject and it has a verb. You need to know that this is the formula for a simple sentence. Subject plus verb equals a simple sentence. An example from the book I'm reading, John Green's The Fault in Our Stars, would be, you could glance at Gus and never know he'd been sick. So notice, even though it's a subject-verb compilation, a lot of other words, of course, go into it as well. There are adjectives, there can be adverbs, there can be a multiplicity of proper nouns, but in essence, this is a subject and a verb equaling a simple sentence. So find the subject for a moment, and then find the verb. Here's our subject, here's our verb, and then this would be a helping verb. You also have a verb here and implied here, because this is contraction for he had been sick. Alright, compound sentence. Your formula is basically subject plus verb plus a comma plus a conjunction plus a subject plus a verb. Now, this looks a lot more complicated than it really is, because another way that you could say this would say a compound sentence is a simple sentence plus a comma conjunction plus another simple sentence. It's basically 2 simple sentences combined with a comma and a conjunction. Now your conjunction, I'm sure you learned about those in middle school. That would be what a lot of people refer to as the acronym fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Okay, so that would be your conjunctions. If you do not know the acronym fanboys, please go ahead and memorize these. It will make learning about compound sentences much easier. An example of a sentence from the book The Fault in Our Stars would be starting with the same sentence that we began with before. You could glance at Gus and never know he'd been sick. Comma, but, so this is our comma and our fanboy, so we have our simple sentence here. Then we have our comma, and we have our conjunction, and then we have the other simple sentence. But I carried my disease with me on the outside. Notice that each half of the sentence could stand alone. This part could stand completely alone, and this part could stand completely alone. But when we attach them, we always need a comma, and we always need a conjunction. You'll notice in the previous example that you also have a conjunction here in this part of your first simple sentence. You should glance at Gus. You could glance at Gus and never know he'd been sick. But the reason you don't need a comma here is because you don't have complete sentences, complete simple sentence on both sides of the conjunction. You could glance at Gus, that could be a complete sentence, but you do not have a complete sentence here. Never know he'd been sick. You're missing a subject. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, please come to tutorial if you have any questions about this. This will be on your vocab and grammar quiz. You will have to identify simple and compound sentences and be able to write your own, as well as possibly write the formulas. Have a good evening. One more quick review. Simple sentence. Please memorize this formula. You may see it on a quiz. Subject plus verb. Compound sentence is a simple sentence plus a comma plus a conjunction plus a simple sentence. Now you'll notice in the previous